Okay, welcome guys to the next blended tutorial. So we're going to be making a little bit of a chandelier today, a little bit of a light thing going on. So we're going to go ahead and just get rid of the default cube, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a UV sphere from here. Just give me one little second. So this is going to be like a really kind of nice tutorial today. So we're just going to right click and shade smooth on there. I'm just going to go ahead and just remove that tab right there. Just ignore the N. So we're going to go ahead and get let's go with a cylinder. So you're going to have to put some materials on these before we start actually making the lamp properly. Or the chandelier even. So what I'm going to do with this little rod that I've got right here, I'm just going to take these two sides. I'm just going to go press E for extrude, keep it where it is, scale it outwards. And what you want to do is just like scale it inwards so that it's got a nice little point to it, scale it outwards. And then scale it inwards again. So what we're looking for is this kind of long rod that we can use that's got nice points at the end. And it might take you a couple of times just to do this. Make sure that your the end doesn't it's not completely pointed, and it also doesn't interact with itself, so you're not kind of crossing over at the ends as well. So once we've got this, what we're going to do, go to object mode, we want to right click shade smooth. So we're going to make a couple of materials on this project. So this one right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new material on this side for this one. We're going to go with, we'll go with center, because we may be changing this to a different colour. We might be changing this to an emission afterwards, depending on what we're doing. So with this particular design, I kind of want to put some gold in there, and I want to put some glass in there as well, just to kind of get that light refraction coming into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click off this camera right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the light as well. So what we're going to need, it might actually be better for me to do this kind of like side on and then work on this side so you guys can see what's going on. So with this, if we just press 1, so we've got a sideward view. So always keep the ball in the centre and try to keep these edges roughly the same length on either side. So with this one in particular, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go new. I'm going to change this to a gold material. So just come over to the materials tab right here at the bottom, and we'll go metallic. Turn down the roughness. And if you guys already haven't, change your render engine just up here to cycles. So when we start to render this out, we'll notice that there's no light coming into this at all. We'll add those lights in a moment. So now we've got this nice little gold kind of crossover. I'm just going to go ahead and just scale that upwards just a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting it just to the edge of the square, just right here. And just right here, so that it's all nice and even. So what I'm going to do, Shift D, and then I'm going to go rotate. And you just want to rotate this by 90. So if you click 90 on the number pad, 90, this will rotate on an axis as long as you've got the center scroll button pressed. So press the center scroll button, get it to the axes that you need to, and then press 90. So now we've got this nice little kind of crossover going on. So what we want to do with this one, we want to go 45 degrees. So we're going to go Shift D. To duplicate, leave it where it is, and then we'll do another rotate. Again, hold in, and then you can rotate on this axis. And we're going to put 45. So we've got this nice little star going on now. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go top down on this side. Shift D, leave it where it is. Rotate along the axes, and you just want to go 90 again. And then what we're going to do is select everything on this side by box select. You can press shift as well so that you're selecting everything. Make sure that you've got every single spike for the chandelier selected. Just kind of move it around, see where it's at. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Shift D again, and we're going to go R for rotate. Make sure that it's on the axes whilst you're looking down. We're going to put 45 in, and now we have this very spiky kind of ball with very equal kind of parts to it. So if we go into the render mode, we can see that nothing's happening right now because we don't have a light source. So we're going to go material. So this center one that we made earlier, we're going to go ahead and change this to an emission. You can change it to a yellow emission if you want to match the spikes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a plane at the bottom, just so that we can see some of that light refraction coming in, because sometimes if I do this, you can't really see it. So I'm going to press G, and just get that base just right there. So this one is currently on the build mode, and this one is on the render mode. So if we just click the center again, and we turn up the strength right here, you can see that we get light. So we've got this nice little shiny kind of chandelier thing going on, and we've got this light coming through. But to be honest with you, I'd like to get some glass in there. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to be a little bit fiddly, this is going to be a bit tricky. We're going to take the entire thing and we're going to duplicate it, and then we're going to, instead of 45, I believe it's 22.5, we're going to just rotate the entire thing. So this is going to take some time when you've got this, just to change everything out, but it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm just going to take this off the render mode just for 1 second, so we can see what's going on with this one. Okay, so now we need to select every single spike that's on the outside. We can box select this, just drag. Pressing your left cursor, just drag. Now you notice that these ones have just unselected from what I had if I just go back there. So what we're going to do is hold shift, and then we'll just go ahead and make sure that we've selected all of these. Make sure the side ones are also selected. And we will take this, and I believe 45, if we do 45 divided by 2, 22.5, yeah. Okay, so Shift D, leave it where it is, rotate, and you want to go on the Z axis, make sure that you're assigned to that one, and you want to press 22.5. And now you've got this nice big spike ball. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to create essentially a new material. So if we go to edit mode, and this might be a little bit tedious, a little bit weird. So this one right here is the one that's currently selected. You can see this with the lines. And also we've got one in the middle right here that we have additionally. So you can see this kind of clipping going on right here. We want to go ahead and just press delete on that one. And then there's another clip just there until, just press delete until you eventually get to a point where you don't have any more clippings, because we don't want clippings. You know what I mean? It's just kind of part of this design that those are going to appear. So we're going to take this one, go to edit mode, we'll press A to select everything, so we can see that we've got everything selected right here. We're going to press plus, and we're going to go new, and this one will be glass. Click assign, and then we're going to go to principal BSDF just under the surface tab right here. You can go to glass right there, and you can make this glass if you want to. Just turn down the roughness. So when we go back to object mode and then we go to the render mode, we now have a little glass piece coming through that we can use. But to be honest with you, I don't like using the glass BSDF because it just doesn't look right to me. So I'm going to go ahead and change this up to principal BSDF, the original one essentially that we had. I'm going to put the metallic up, the roughness down, and then we're going to put the alpha down just slightly. So now we have this this little glass piece that we've made. So if you go to the shading tab, which is the third one across, we can now see where the glass is going to go. And anything that you do to this glass material will change anything that's assigned to it. So if you assign two materials to the same glass material, anything that you do to one material will inevitably change the other one. The only way to get them separately is to duplicate them and then edit them as is, as they are. So this one right here, we're going to go glass here, Gonna go silver here. Gonna go glass again. So with this one, what we want to do is go to edit mode. We're gonna go A, select everything again. We're gonna go to this drop down right here, go to glass, and we're just gonna click assign just to make sure that that's assigned. Sometimes you don't need to click assign, but in some versions you do. So we're gonna take this next one again, leave one out. We'll go to edit mode, press A, go to the drop down and to glass. Again, object mode, let's go to the next one. And then we're going to go edit mode, A to select everything. And then we'll go down to the glass. Object mode, select your next one. Let's go to, edit mode, A to select everything. Drop down right here, glass. And hopefully we can get all the way around here without having a gap. So yeah, this one right here. You want to go edit mode, A select everything, and then we'll go glass. We go edit mode again. Oh yep, A select everything. Completely forgot, A select everything, and then we go glass again. And take the next one, and this is the last one. Edit mode, A select everything, and then we'll go glass again. So now we have this kind of gold, kind of silver look to this lampshade. I think we need a little bit of a wall behind just to kind of emphasize this a little bit. You could add some more spikes in the middle if you wanted to and get those running around the edge, or you could have some sort of dangly bits that are lighting up as well if you really wanted to put those in. I think the dangly bits though, you should put in whilst you're doing the arms. So I mean, you can go back and just remake and put some dangly stuff, but just remember to click both of the objects, because if you don't click both of the objects, you're going to have dangly bits on one side and the dangly bits won't exist on the other side, so just be mindful of that. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to add another plane in the background. Just going to scale this out, rotate, we'll go rotate 90 degrees. I just want to be able to see what this lamp's doing kind of in the background, so let's go G, move to the side, and obviously you're going to want something to hang from here as well. So if we just look at the lamp, well, the chandelier, the way that it is, this is generally how the light behaves. To be honest with you, this reminds me of a sculpture that was in Manchester once, near where I live. It kept falling apart. It's kind of dangerous. The spikes kept falling off it. So this is kind of cute the way that it is. I mean, if you wanted kind of like a gothic kind of theme going on, I guess this would be perfect for that. I'm going to go ahead and just add a Taurus. I hope I pronounced that right. Let's press G, bring it up. We'll go rotate and we'll go 90. You just want to go ahead and just stretch that out just slightly. Don't go too far with it though, because it'll look weird. So you're going to stick that right on top of the top spike, shade that smooth, and maybe we'll go with the gold just to match the theme that's already on the chandelier. And we're going to go Shift D, bring it up, and then we're going to go R rotate and we'll go 90. Just there. Press G, and we're just going to bring it up just slightly, just so that it's kind of touching this one. And then all you need to do is take these two, and we're going to go Shift D, bring these two up, and then select all four of these, and then just go Shift D, and then bring these up once more. So now we've got this little chain that's going on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cube at the top for like a beam. Excuse me, wow, my voice went then. I'm going to add a beam kind of thing at the top, just so we can see what this is hanging on. So there's your beam, there's your little anchor, there's your chandelier, and we'll make this wall just a little bit bigger. And maybe we'll add, I'm going to take this plane, just duplicate it and make a ceiling right there. So now we've got this nice little chandelier on its own chain. I mean, you could make that chain smaller if you wanted to. It does look a little bit big for what it is. I'm just going to box select this real quick. If you get this, where it's selected other things, just click off it just at the side. You're going to have to rotate it around a little bit and then just double click. So we can actually make this a little bit smaller. Have that massive ring at the bottom, so it looks like it's part of the chandelier, and then this is kind of like the add-on to what you needed. You can just scale that down just ever so slightly. And then we can go Shift D, bring this up. And this one doesn't quite match up, but we could try and just match that. And you see this ring right in the middle that's got this kind of line across it? That's because I was gonna say nodes intersected. No, the objects have intersected because I've got two loops that are going the same way. They kind of got stuck together. It's just better than placing one loop. You might as well just place both of them. So you now have this very nice chandelier going on. So in theory, if you wanted to, if you just press 1, oh, you can't see that one. Go on to X-ray, which is just at the top. That would be even better. You can actually put more of this. These rods right here. If I go for the one that's the most like on the side. Oh, hold on. Let me show you. So, if say we've got 7, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this ceiling so you guys can see what's going on, because you're not going to be able to see. Okay, so we want the right angle one. Let's see. So you've got this particular piece right here that's coming through. If you wanted to, you could go Shift D, duplicate it, and we could rotate this, and I think it's 22.5, and you could have another layer of spikes around here if you wanted to. So I'm just trying to figure this out. Let's see. So you've got spikes right there. You're going to want one on the opposite side. Yeah, someone's probably already figured this out, going like, yeah, you just need to do this, that, and the other. And I'm just like looking at this going like, there's so many spikes everywhere. I'm just like, I'm so confused. But, yeah, if we go Shift D, and then I'm going to go rotate this, let's see, on the Z-axis by 180. And then we take both of these spikes. If I put this 7 a moment, maybe we can see better. So now, you got to kind of think 3D with this. We want to go Shift D, and then we want to rotate the two of them by 90. And then we'll want to be able to click these two again. This is going to be really fiddly. And then we're going to want to Shift D, leave it where it is, rotate, and then I think we were at 90, so we're at 45 now. So that gives it some extra spikes. I'm just going to go ahead and take this X-ray off because it's super confusing me. So now we've got some extra spikes in there. That's totally up to you whether you want to put those on. And this is what it looks like when it's rendered. So you've got these nice little glass bits coming out, and then you've got all this kind of gold coming out as well. So of course you're going to need a little bit of extra light with this. So if we click center, if we can ever get to the center, I'm just going to go ahead and find it on this. It should be just, oh no, wait, I didn't name the object, I named the material. So if we just try and, there we go, right. So now we've got center. If we just make this a little bit lighter, maybe, and then make it a little bit stronger, this should look better, in theory. I'm just going to go ahead and change this beam actually to black. Gives it a little bit more definition. So there's not a lot of light coming out of here, but what we can do is we can actually take this material that we've got originally, and we can turn up the metallic, and we can actually turn down the alpha just slightly. And maybe these little gold bits that we've got coming off here are also glass. They're just kind of like a tinted glass. Now you can see that we've got a lot more light coming off this. and it looks like almost like the Big Bang, I guess. Big Bang universe theory, whatever it is. Scientific stuff. It does kind of look like a star. I kind of like that. Yeah. I guess that's the end of the tutorial. I quite like the way that looks. I mean, you could put this in a scene and stuff, like, you know, just append it in. Yeah, so for appending, you just go File, and then Append is right here. And all you need to do is click on the append, find the file, where this is, and if you're putting it into another project, just go to the Objects section and Append, and you just click all the objects, and then it'll take that project and put it into another project, and then you just delete what you don't need, and then leave this as it is. You will have to select everything unless you're going to Shift J it. Shift J is join, so you can join everything together if you want to, but I will warn you that when you join things together, it's harder to pull them apart, and also it may or may not deform whatever you've made originally, so just be aware of that. I'll teach you how to append later on, once I've got like quite a catalogue of stuff, like I'll make some scenes and stuff like that with it all. But yeah, this is a tutorial for today. I'll see you guys in the next one, I guess. Please like, subscribe, please. Really trying to get out there a little bit more with my stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun.